Okay, we are here. Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos,
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. It's an amazing week, and we're getting ready here for Shabbat, but we have to do some Torah. There's no Shabbat without some study Torah before. This is a special week, right? Why? I just got back from Israel. What else?
And it's Rosh Chodesh.
It was Rosh Chodesh.
Right.
Chodesh Tov, a new month, a new beginning.
Important month.
It's an important month, very important month. Is Shabbat. Shabbat is the Hebrew name for this month, and the reason it's a special month is because it's the head of the birthday for the trees. The new trees that will start to grow fruits is this month, and it's actually the 15th of the month. But some people even go from the beginning of the month, the first of the month, and that's a whole separate thing for another time. We are compared to trees. It says that the man is compared to a tree. Just quickly, and just like trees have many branches, and offshoots come from that, but the most important thing of the tree is the trunk, is the roots. The same thing in the man. If you set your roots and you're strong, and you have a good strong roots and a nice, the trunk is good, and you plant yourself with the good roots, your life will be good. You will spread, and all the branches will spread into being good fruits, and will grow from this many good things in your life. But most important is the roots. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple of things we had in mind today, right? We're going to talk a bit about Parsha, the portion of the Torah this week, about Egypt and the plagues, the punishments that God sent on the Egypt King Pharaoh, and eventually the Jews are freed from Egypt. And we're going to talk a little bit about life, which is most important. We'll talk about some lessons of life.
Nice things we have for share.
Yeah, we want to share with you some nice thoughts, nice ideas. Me and Louis here. Hi, we are saying some.
Hi guys. Bruchim Habayim. One more week.
In Spanish?
It's here. Bruchim Habayim, like welcome.
Yeah, so maybe in Spanish say something.
In Spanish, bienvenido. Let's start your thing.
Okay, yes. So we talked a little bit about just an overview of the portion of the Torah this week. Is really a lot about God telling Moses, go to the king Pharaoh and tell him to let the Jewish people go. The Jewish people were slaves in Egypt for 210 years, which was already promised to Abraham. It's not like it just happened by chance. God told Abraham, your children are going to be slaves. He knew it was actually a choice that Abraham made. He chose it. He said either you will I forgot the choice, but God gave him a choice. Either your children will be slaves, will go into Egypt and be slaves, or something else will happen, and Abraham chose this. I forgot right now, but he said his children will be slaves and they will go to Egypt, and eventually God said, eventually I will take them out and bring them back to the land of Israel, and I will fulfill my promise to you, which we talked about in the previous videos.
Yes.
God promised Abraham that he will give his children, the Hebrews, the Jewish people, he will give them the land of Egypt, the whole land. But he told Abraham. So they were in Egypt, and finally the time comes when they're supposed to go, but it's not going to be easy. Nothing's easy.
Nothing's easy.
God says to Moses, go and do your part. Tell Pharaoh to let the Jewish people go, and why? Because God wants them to go and serve Him. He wants us to serve Him. He wants the Jewish people to serve Him. That's the reason why He chose the Jewish people.
Come back.
He wants us to go to Israel. He wants us to serve Him and to pray and do a real service. You can only do a real service when you have in Israel, in God's land, and you have no authority like a slave. You're not a slave in your foreign country where you have problems and day-to-day problems. You need to focus and just serve God. This is what God wants. This is what God wants, and He chose the Jewish people. He said, this is not an easy thing. This is a big responsibility. You think it's easy. I want to be Jewish and I want to live in Israel because it's an easy life. No, God wants us to serve Him, and this is a very big responsibility. We have pray 3 times a day. We need to give tzedakah, give charity.
We have mitzvah for walking every day. The desert.
The
We're walking every day.
Every day, we're working.
Every day, yes, it's hard. We
Yes.
have hard time.
We have to work. We have to make a living. You know, even in Israel, everywhere we will be, we'll need to work and make a living. But the focus has to be on serving God. What means serve God? We will talk a little bit about it, but it's for sure not serving, not working day and night, working to make more money, which is the idea of being a slave. Being a slave in Egypt doesn't just mean they were slaves and they were digging holes in the ground. It means the mentality.
And somebody hit him.
Yeah, that's
not just that.
That's in the books.
Yeah.
We are slaves.
Yes.
We are slaves. Right here in
are.
America, we could be slaves to Pharaoh.
Yeah.
The idea is that we could be slaves in our own life. We are slaves. Every morning we wake up at 6 o'clock. We get out and we go to work to make money, and we come home, we go to sleep, and we wake up the next morning, do the same thing. Day and day. Why we do this? We don't know. But we are slaves. We need to pay the bills. We need to pay Uncle Sam the taxes. And why we do it? We don't know. We just got to live and be a slave to the world. Slave to what? And we don't know. But this is not what God wants. And He chose the Jewish people. He said, I need the Jewish people to be slaves to me. What that means is to serve God. It's a higher purpose. Anyone can be a slave to God. Anyone can be worship God. If you want to be chosen, if you want to be in that, take that responsibility. It's a big responsibility. It's not an easy thing. Most people don't want that. That's okay. But the Jewish people didn't get the choice. God says, I choose you. You will be my slaves. You will need to worship and work to a higher purpose. We'll talk a little bit about that in soon. Just a couple points. There was God brought the plagues on the Egyptian. One plague, He told Moses to turn the water to blood. Then He told him, you will if Pharaoh doesn't let the Jewish people go, you will go to King Pharaoh, and you will tell him, if you don't let them go, I will bring another punishment, like a plague on the people. And He brought the frogs. All of a sudden, frogs went. Moses took his stick, he hit the water, and the frogs came out. Now, there's different interpretation in Rashi, which is the main, right? We discussed this before in the previous weeks. The main interpretation is that God made one big frog, and the Egyptian went and they hit the frog, and the frog multiplied. It became like dozens of frogs. And every time they tried to hit it, to kill it, it multiplied more and more and more. There was so many frogs. It was in their houses, in the ovens, in their throats. It went inside. Everywhere in the bed. They couldn't live. They were so disgusted, like, get these frogs away. It was terrible. Until they came begging to Moshe, and they said, please pray to God and tell him to remove it, and we will let the Jewish people go. And every time he said, I will let them go, he changed his mind. Like he was hard. He said, I will not let them go, and you will stay here forever. It's a little bit like the hostages. You know, the hostages that came out now, they asked to interview them. They said, what was it like to be in the hostage in Gaza? Was it like that? Did they beat you up? Did they smack you? Did they do bad things? Most of them said no. What they did, was psychological. They told us, you will never leave here. The people in Israel, they don't care about you. They forgot about you. You will stay here for a long time. You will die here. You will stay here your whole life.
You will be a slave.
You will be a slave here. This is what they said. This was more frightening for them than anything. The fact that they psychologically abused them. They told them they will be slaves. They will stay here forever, and they will never leave. This is a mentality that Pharaoh and the Egyptian people were using. And this is like a mentality of slaves. This is like
just for getting a little bit what you were talking, just for compliments. Bring for the real life about the slaves, about the Pharaoh, the king, about the power, and about the mind that he changed. Like all the time that the punish came, the Pharaoh says, okay, you guys can go away, and on the other day he changed his mind. So that is not different from us. Sometimes we can see what God do for us, and when we sleep, we forgot. Another day, our mind changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday I thought I could help somebody today, but I need to do something else. I need to play. I need to get on my phone. I need to get other thing, and you forgot that important thing that you should do. So that comes like a parrot.
Exactly.
Of course, it's so
a
far,
deep-
so
No, this is the
different,
deep
but
lesson. This is the lesson. This
it's
is,
like when we bring for which one. On my life is like that. In your life, you find your parrot. You find where you can find where you do the same thing the parrot do.
exactly.
It's
We are
a-
all doing the same thing as
Yes,
Paro.
that's the point.
This is the lesson we can learn.
Yes, we are not here talk about the tzaddik,
The righteous.
the righteous. Yes, we are talk about the guys, the normal guys that do bad things,
Yeah.
like normal things.
Normal things. Just a
Normal
regular guy.
things. But what we need to do is
Recognize.
recognize. We need, wow, this is wrong. I should do this one. Yesterday I thought different. Why my mind changed today? Why I didn't? So this what we need. That's what we always all week we talk about. The Torah make life on our life. When we wrote the Torah, when we studied the Torah, like on Monday or Sunday, will follow us for the whole week.
Yes.
Today is Friday, and we are talk about the parasha for this week, and look at what we are bringing for our life, and we can use on our
We
life.
can use our
we
life.
can use. We can
This
use.
is an important point you brought out. I just want to bring it from another angle. I thought about this a lot of times, that a lot of times in life, God, I can say like He punish us. God punish us, but I don't mean like He punish us. It's the same like God punished Paro. Sometimes in the life we get like a smack. God, He want to teach us a lesson, so He will give us like a small smack. What I mean is like sometimes something happened in our life, it doesn't feel good. It feel like God give us a smack on the face, like we did try to do some big deal and it goes bad. Everything was a fail, right? And God want to teach us a lesson, try to make us grow. He want us to start to pay attention more, to study more, to pay attention and to thank God for everything that we have. Thank our God for the little things, the health that we have. Be grateful, and He do something to us to remind us. And when it happens, we often say, "Oh, I realize. I recognize what God is doing. I must change my way. I must do, like, let's say for me, I must go and study more. More every week. I must study 2 times instead of 1 time. But after 1 week, I forget. I say it's very hard to study 2 times. I will go back to how I was, study 1 time, and I forget what God did to me. The little smack He did and punish me, like a little thing, try to wake me up, to try to make me better, to try to make me more responsible. And we go back to how we are. We forget the punishment. It's like a punishment, but it's not a punishment. God doesn't punish us like because He want to punish us.
Yeah.
We think, but God doesn't punish anybody. It says that God only do good. God is good. He only do good things. So when we have something in the life, sometimes it looks like God punish us, but He don't punish us. Like when the car broke down, right? And you had to spend $2,000. We say, "Wow, God did this again. He punished me. Why my car broke?" But why the car broke? God want us to realize something else. He wanted to wake us up and make us focus on good things, to do more good things. But we are so focused on being slaves. Work. We need to go back to work. We need to go do some more things and fix the house and fix the garden and fix the fence and fix everything. All the distractions come up and we are distracted. God sometimes He give us a little thing to wake us and to redirect us. This is like same thing like the Paro. We are all the same. We need to recognize and learn and grow from this right away. Grow and realize God gave one thing, we need to grow. If we go back, God bring another thing. You have to bring a second plague, a second punishment. Sometimes He give us a second one, maybe a third or fourth or fifth, until we are growing. And we are growing. We are always growing.
Yes, always. Yes.
We're always growing. Thank God we need to grow.
And when we share those like that those information, those things, we are learning with each other. I learn with you, you learn with me. You guys are listening, are learning something. You guys will wrote something, and we gonna learn something for you guys also. So that's how it works.
So I was reading the parsha, and I read something very interesting. This is from the interpretations, actually from the Rebbe, and he says, what is the point that God? Why does God punish Egypt? Like, what is the lesson? Why was God punishing Egypt? Pharaoh. Is it because they did something bad? Or is it because He wants to teach them a lesson? Or is it because He wants to teach us a lesson? So there's many different levels. Sometimes God punishes a nation. It could be any nation. Even today, God will bring a big disaster on a nation because of the corruption. They are corrupt. They are doing things that they shouldn't do, and God will bring a tsunami. All of a sudden, boom! There's a lot of people that are punished. Unfortunately, God wants to wake them up. But sometimes, the reason why God brings a punishment is not because they did something bad. It's because He wants them to grow. He wants them to get to know, to realize who is God. This is why God, God said to Moses, go to Pharaoh, tell him, God told you to come, and He wants the Jewish people to come out. And Pharaoh said, who is this God? I don't know God. What does that mean? What was he saying? He said, I don't know what is God. What is the Torah? What does it mean to be spiritual? We don't live like that. We in the culture.
You are talking about?
What are you talking about? This is not a something
Looks like a crazy.
Yeah,
if you are a Pharaoh,
yeah.
you see, and somebody like the slave come to you and talk to you until Moshe, he lives there, but they are a Jewish. They are also like a slave. His people is slave also. How can I like Donald Trump, Biden, and you come to me and say, hey, Luis, I know you are a president of the United States. Let me all the Jewish people go away because we need to do something. Do what? Who are you, man? What are you talking about for 100,000 guys? Come on, go throw away from here. It's normal things.
Right.
Nobody can, like, he don't need to listen Moshe.
Yeah, right. But this was deeper. This is deeper. Get this. God was sending a message to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, you are only focused on the physical in this world. The God of the Egyptian was the animals, the sheep.
Yes, yes.
So, what does this represent? This is like somebody who is, his whole life is focused on animals. His whole life is focused, it could be on the physical, maybe on eating, let's say. His whole life is focused on just eating, food. If that's the whole life, you're focused just on something physical, God says, what are you doing with your life? You need to understand there's something more. There's something more spiritual, something important in life. And this is the message Moshe was telling Pharaoh. You need to pay attention to God. And Pharaoh says, what God? I don't know what you're talking about. We don't see any God. We see just work, we see our life, and we see animals. We see a good steak, a good beer, a good life, expensive car, a nice big house. This is what we worship. This is our life. You're telling me you need to worship God. We need to have a more
free time, like enjoy friends,
enjoy
family.
friends,
What
family,
is that?
and pay and pray to a spirit, something spiritual in your life. This is not. We don't know what this is. So this is the message he was telling. Moshe was telling Pharaoh, and Pharaoh didn't want to hear. He said, "I don't know what you talk about. I never experienced. I don't know what this is." So this was one reason why God bring the punishment. It wasn't because Pharaoh was doing something bad.
No.
He wants to lift them up. He wants to lift up the people.
All the possibilities, you see, it's true.
Yes.
All the points that we broke,
All is
they
true.
punish because the Pharaoh was bad, they punish because he wanna listen, they punish because he wanna teach us, grow up, raise her up.
Right.
That's all those
All is true.
those reasons
We
is
learn.
true,
We
right?
learn in Torah. All the interpretations
It's true.
is true. All of them are true. It depends on what level we are. But then there's the last one, the next one, which is most powerful, I think. God was punished the Egyptians to teach the Jewish people a lesson. They were wrong. They were not focused on what they need to do. The Jewish people, why were they slaves in Egypt? Because they wanted to be slaves. They had the mentality to work the land, just to live and grow and be more and make more money,
Like
be
they are
rich
doing.
and wealthy. How we'll do this? We need to do this in Egypt. Egypt was a very good country. They make a lot of money. And the Jewish, God said, you guys need get out from this message. You need to get out, go to Israel, go to some spiritual. But the Jews don't want to go. You know, in the beginning, when Moshe came to the Jews and he said, guys, we need to go out. The Jews said, Moshe, you are crazy.
We're gonna be
here.
We love this.
We love this,
Yes.
man. This is good for us. We are happy. God was not punishing Egypt because they did something wrong. He wanted the Jewish people to grow. He wanted to get them out and grow, and he wanted them to become a nation and to be a people that will focus only on God. And he had to break them out of that mentality.
It's amazing what you talk about.
It's a whole different.
I feel my life. Like I came from Brazil. I'm here just working. Just work. I'm feel like
Slave.
a slave. yes. You see how
Join the club.
how rich-
Join the club. You are a slave.
Yes, it's real. Like I don't have my friends, like real friends that I grow up. I don't
Right.
have my parents here,
Right.
and we live alone, and we work a lot.
We work a lot.
We work a lot, and for us, our focus here it's work. So the things change on our mind when we start to study, when we start to study. That's make us
It opens up our mind
open our mind. Yeah.
to the
So
new possibility.
what's really it's important, right? On your life, like who is really rich, right?
Right.
That's what
That's what you were saying before.
Yes, we were saying before.
Who is rich?
And
I was listening to. I just mentioned that I was listening to this rabbi, big rabbi in Israel, and he was saying he comes to New York, he comes to Miami a lot to travel, to speak. He knows people in Miami, multi millionaires. They have a big house, big cars, many boats, and he met them, and they are depressed. They are not happy people. So, what is happy? Who is happy? Somebody. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Do you have a big house?
No,
You must have a big car or a lot of cars.
no,
A Ferrari maybe.
no, no. So far,
You have you have a lot of money.
apartments in Miami. No, also.
So how you are happy? How you can be happy if you don't have anything? You have a little small thing.
Yeah, we can find on the little things that we have, the grateful, and we can find on that things the hand of the God. Like we was blessed with that thing that happen. Like if I could borrow my small house, I could see God helping me to do that. So I didn't borrow that house, that small house that I have now, for myself. Was God. It's smaller, but it was God. So I should be grateful
You need
with
to be
this.
grateful.
That don't make me be stopped. I want a house better,
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe
bigger,
you'll get a bigger house maybe one day.
but I'm grateful with the house that I have now. I should take care with the house that I have now because that house came from God, so I need to take care. If not, how I can get a big house, a nice house, if my smaller, I don't care. So if I don't care, why? If your kids don't care with your car, you will give him a new car? No, he don't
No.
care with his car. He don't wash. He just.
Right?
So that's a right.
This is an important lesson we have today. I just want to put this in here. You have a lot of kids today. We talked about this in the previous video, but it's important we should bring it again because I think this is like a fundamental lesson that I want to bring out a lot of time. Is the kids today in the world, the American kids particularly, all the kids, our kids and all the kids, they don't know what it means to be grateful. They are happy to go into the store, run into the stores and steal everything and walk out, and they will steal your car and they are happy because they don't know what it means to be grateful for the little thing that they have. How they can be grateful? They want what you have.
Yes.
If you have a big car or a nice car, they need to take that car.
Yeah. But they don't wanna go on the same way
No.
that I did for get that car.
They don't want to work hard to get the car, but they will never be grateful for the car. If they get a
also,
Ferrari,
also.
they will never be grateful with
Yes.
it.
It's
They
a-
will want to take the Rolls Royce.
Yes, it's like when we get heritage and
Heritage.
and we didn't get
We
good
didn't work for it.
lessons from our dad.
Little less, yeah.
Lessons
Lessons.
and we're gonna when we get that thing there are a lot of money we just expend but
Waste it all.
when dad show us teach us when you help your dad that thing it's yours, it's your blood,
Yeah.
you work a lot, so when you get that thing from your dad you will take care, you will continue, you will teach your kids,
You will appreciate.
you will appreciate.
And then when you get some more, you will appreciate that more.
Yeah, that more always.
It only works that way.
Yes, always. Yes.
This is the lesson, one lesson very important we learned from this.
And I want to share yourself one thing that happens this week. Always we talk about help guys, help people with money, with wherever we can, and how much more we talk, more the life will prove us. If I talk about, hey guys, you need to share the money, you need to help somebody homeless, something like that, the life will test me. I can see this week some guys, and if I not help him, when I come here Friday for talk about those guys that I didn't help comes on my mind. They say, hey guys, you should help somebody, but on my mind say, you passed for those guys Monday or Tuesday and you didn't help nobody. So this comes. So what I'm trying to talk, it's about the money. This week you see somebody trick my dad. Get a number in WhatsApp my dad are on the farm and says, hey dad, it's Luis, my cell phone break, I need you Zelle me some money. What my dad did Zelle money for the guy. The other day, the guys continue to talk to my dad. Like it starts with the night, today in the morning, in the afternoon, dad tried to text me, hey, your cell phone is break. I say, no dad, of course not. He said, wow, somebody stole my money, asking me, it's all told was you. I say, dad, we talk about this the whole time. It's a fake. How can you believe that? Come on, dad. And I discussed with him a little bit, and hang out. On the other day, when I wake up bad. I'm feeling bad. And I send a message for him. I say, Dad, look, I was hard with you yesterday, and you really need to think about you, what you did, because you did wrong. Was simple thing and you just did wrong. But that thing, I spoke to him, this is what I'm talking to you. But this that happened, I could see how unbelievable you are, how great you are, because you don't think 2 times for send money for me. If I really need money, he didn't ask why you need money, for what you need money. You need money. He just zell. He just did. It's not because he has a lot. It's because he's loved me. I could see 10 good things that he did with that bad thing that happened. And I say, Dad, no worry about the money. I will give you the money, because it's not about the money. And I can't, Dad, talk to you about the money. The money is not important. You talk to me, you lose the money because of me, and I will not don't help you. Doesn't make sense? So I will help you, Dad. You see,
That's amazing. That's an amazing
that's,
lesson.
for me,
There's so much in that, just in that lesson itself. So much hakaras hatoiv and gratefulness, and seeing the good in every bad situation. See, this is what we're talking about. Sometimes God does a little bad thing, but the reason is for us to learn and grow from it. And this is exact point. Great point. Great point.
and also things changed after this. This was happened this week.
Yeah.
Like this week.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him. I say, hey, you should call me 2 times per week.
Huh?
You should call me. If you text me and I don't answer you, doesn't matter, call me. Because if you call me, I will answer you. So you should call me 2 times per week. I spoke to him. The
Wow.
first thing that we changed, and the other thing that we changed, also I said, you know what happened, that or finance life are how can I say, relationship, like it's together.
Connected.
It's connected. What are we gonna do? That I want your money for invest, and I will invest with you. Remember what I
Yes,
spoke to you?
yes.
So I
You will help your dad invest some money and make some money like you're doing.
Yes, like I'm doing, and we are
Great.
doing together.
Do it
Think-
together and
think-
help your dad.
Things that we never did.
Nah.
It's put your money together with my money, and we work together. So our relationship, it's more tight.
Connected
We are
and
more
tight.
connected. Now, maybe if that bad thing doesn't happen, I
We'll
will
never do it.
Never do it. But it's like you are talking. Sometimes we need to get some smash some
Yep.
think for we grew up. Hey, wake up, man! What are you doing? Look your life. You are there. Your dad is alone. You don't call him. Oh, okay. So something need help for shake us.
Sure.
Hey, bro.
This is the important thing. This is so important what you're saying, but this is just a general rule. Everything that happens in our life, we need to stop and try to learn a lesson from it. We have to think, why did this thing happen? What the lesson we can learn from this? Otherwise, we miss the point. Like this week in the parsha, the lesson we need to figure out what's the lesson. Why did God punish the Egyptians and why did He want the Jewish people to get out? Why was He doing that? What's the lesson from that? And we said one of the lessons was He wanted the Jewish people to wake up. He wanted them to get away from that slave mentality of just work, and focus on yourselves, focus on ourselves, and not do anything or think of anything spiritual above the mundane, just the day-to-day, regular, drink the Coke, watch the TV, have a nice meal, and go home, go to sleep. Like that's like an animal. What are we doing in this life that's important? That's really the reason that we have a life, that we are in this world. This is what we're trying to find out in this time. So I had an interesting episode, interesting thing which ties into this, and I want to bring it back to the story that happened to me in Israel this week, which just is the same idea of, the same idea of this learning from the mistake, but we learn a lesson. Just go back. We just got back from Israel. We went for 1 week to support the people and to tell them that we love them and to make them feel good.
We are together.
Give them support, give them a hug, and tell them we feel for you all your loss. And we went, and the people were so happy. And I went with a few guys from here, from America. And these are regular guys. These are guys that are working, usually working day. Busy people. They have a big business and operation, and they are working, and they don't have just time to go for 1 week, take off their life, stop everything, and go and just spend 1 week just to help people.
Or help people, yeah.
And donate things. We took suitcases, full suitcases of things to donate to the people, clothes and toys and things that they need. And we went 1 week. We went the whole week. Every morning we wake up early. We go on a schedule. We go to one place, help people. Go to another place, make a barbecue. We sponsor the barbecue for 150. We buy meats and good things, and we give them a good time. We went to the hospital, visit people to say how we feel for them. And we visit families that are sad, and we try to lift them up. They lose their children, they lose their parents. We try to lift up the spirit. And we do this for 1 week. We come back every night. We are tired from running around different places. We come back at night. We fall asleep from exhaust. And next morning, wake up again, go pray, eat some small breakfast, and go again. 1 week, non-stop. And at the end of the week, one of the guys, older guy, he's in his 60s, and he's worked hard here in America. He has a big business. He's a lawyer. Okay. He is a traditional, typical American. You know how you think of a typical American. They come home. They go to work 9 to 5. They come home. They relax, sit at home, smoke a cigar, maybe. Get a drink. Watch the news. Watch the TV for a couple hours, and maybe go to sleep. Or fall asleep on the TV, and next morning wake up. What this guy, he said to me, he said, this week was the best week in my life. I never turned on the TV one time. I never had 1 minute at night to just relax. I just came home exhausted. I fall asleep on the bed. I wake up next morning, go to help more people. I never had a better week in my life. Was never more constructive, never more. I was happy helping people, just helping. And I said, how come you never had such a good week? He said, I realized that I don't need to watch TV all the time, relax every minute, every time, every in the night. I can do things, I can help, I can be a positive, and I can be a person that spreads light and help people and lift people up and do positive thing in my life, and I feel good. I feel like better than I ever felt in my whole life. To me, this was such a big wake up, such a lesson, such a wake up call. This is what life is. This is what it's about.
That's what we talk about all the time here. The point, it is help, support, wherever you can. It's a word, it's a hug.
We don't need to go like across the other side of the world and travel to Israel or travel to some place to help. You can help people every day
from
in your
here,
home.
here
in your home,
yes.
in your
Yes.
community,
Yes,
in your family.
Yes, the friends,
Friends.
neighbor. Yes, it is.
This is most important. So one interesting story was, part of the trip was we went and we made a big barbecue for the soldiers, and we gave them a free barbecue, and we danced with them, we sang with them, and one of the guys I hired a musician to come and play music. I don't know the guy, but we called him up and we said, can you come and meet us over there, and on this day meet us, and you will play music and help
Make
lift the
some
spirits. And he said, yes, no problem, I will meet you, come. 1 hour before this event, before this thing was supposed to start, the people, they canceled. They said we can't do it because there was COVID. Some of the guys got sick in COVID, and we can't come. So I called up the guy and I said, I'm sorry, man. You came, but I don't know. We are canceled. He said, what? I am all the way. I drive 1 hour. I took my time, and I was supposed to go in another place, and I was gonna play music for them, and they were gonna pay me money, and I lost the job because you called me, and I was gonna come to you, and I lost the money. Now I feel bad. I felt so bad.
Sure.
What I will do? This guy came. We didn't use him, and it's not my fault, but he lost his money on another job, and he drove for 1 hour to meet us. What I will do? So one side of my brain, I'm thinking, I can say, listen,
sorry.
man, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I feel bad, but there's nothing I can do. But then I thought to myself, maybe this guy, he needs money. Maybe this is his whole. He is struggling and he needs money.
He has a pay tomorrow.
And he will need this. Maybe Hashem is testing me. Maybe God is testing me. I call him up. I said, how much you lost? How much money you lost from the job that you didn't take because you want to come for us? He said a number. It was a lot of money. Like not a lot, but it was like a nice amount.
Yeah.
I sent him right away the money. Sent the Mazel, sent him the money right away.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, waste your time, but here's the money. He was so thank you. Wow, you are amazing. Thank you. I don't need the money. No, it's for you. It's for you. You take it. And I felt like this is what God wants. The correct thing to do.
Yeah. And this change our life. These good things that we expend come back for us. Come back for us. That's no other way. If we plant good seeds, we're gonna get a good tree. We can't plant good seeds and get a bad tree. We can't. That the world, the life is not like that. So if you don't want, you will receive. These things will come back for you or for your kids. Right. Because some things that we are doing now, it's not for us. Will come back for next generations. Right. The good things that we do here. Right. That is the thing that make us alive for like eternity. The memories. Wow, look that the house or the company that big for us, and now we are a lot of kids, a lot of our family is so big. This come from dad, for our grandpa, and we continuous life on the memories for that kids because we did good things. We are think about our family. We are think about the other guys healthy. So you are expending good energy. So this good energy will come back for us.
Always comes back.
Yes, it
Always comes back.
We doesn't have other way. Doesn't have other way. That's the way. If you expend good energy, doing good things, those things will come back for you.
Always.
It's like that. Amazing. Or else you'll see. Good.
Wow, just it was an amazing trip to see a country so strong, and the people, you know, in Israel, I learned also such a lesson. The people, they live there, simple life. They don't have big houses, nobody. They live in apartments with like small apartments, 7, 8 children. The children are happy. They work hard, but they don't work like slaves. They have a mentality. You know, in Israel, they stop work at 3 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. And Friday, they stop at 1 or 2 o'clock. They go home, they get ready for Shabbos, they get ready, they spend time with the family, and this is the week. They're not slaves. They have they are strong. They are, all the people, they are happy. They are happy people. And even if they are middle of the war, when you go in Israel, you don't even know there's a war happening. I didn't notice there's a war. People just live and they're going on their way, go on in their life. In the regular people in the city, in the street, they go on, they don't, nothing, they don't pay attention. Life goes on, and they are enjoying, they are helping. All now, because there's a war, everybody help each other. They are making food, the women are making food, volunteers. You have people, hundreds of people, volunteers for helping people and helping the children and buying food and making clothes and donating, and they are just doing more good things. But they don't have like a war. It's not like they are like anxious or there's anxiety. They say, we are strong. God will protect us. We are strong. You guys come. You give us support. You give us energy. They are so happy. The people are happy.
And how we are here, sometimes we are so sad,
Yeah.
so feel bad. We need this conflict on our life for shake us. We need, when we talk with our kids, hey, you should eat everything in your plate, because there's other kids, they don't have food for eat, so you can't throw away. But it's easy you talk, but if your kids see other kid hungry on whatever, he will learn about it. And that's what happened with you, with the guys was there. We are here, we have a hard life, we work a lot, but we have a good life. We have a good life. It's different from there.
Yeah.
So we are comfortable here. When you go there, you see, and you come back, you talk, wow, I can't be comfortable. I need to move. I need to do something more, because there it's different from here. If I'm not here, I'm there, my life was different. Should be different. So
Yeah.
so these things come to us and conflict with the life that we are living, and things that we should change a little bit, like, right?
It helps us to focus on what's important, what's more important in life than just the focus on the day-to-day, like the slave mentality, just day-to-day living. Like a guy told me today, I was sitting in the car with Joshua. Remember Joshua who did his windows?
Yes.
And I was telling him a little bit about this, and he said, you're so right. He said, I used to, when I was young, I had a lot of business. I was investing in real estate. I had different business, and he said, I got nothing from this, nothing. He said, today I am simple. I have a simple apartment, and I'm happy with a small amount, and my life is good. I enjoy it, and I am happy. What I can do, more work, more business, maybe buy some more houses, and quickly and try to make. He said, you end up with zero. You have nothing. This is what he told me today.
I believe, yeah.
And he is happy. He have a good life, and he don't work hard. Now he relax. He work a little bit. He have a good life. He is happy with the small what he has.
Yeah.
Some people have
It's
more
grateful.
and they are happy. Some people have less. They are happy. But it shouldn't be. We need to get out from the slave, like be a slave in Egypt. We can't be slaves under Pharaoh. We need to get out and go to Israel. Meaning we need to go to something more important. We need to have in the life. We have to have a responsibility. We have to look to things that are higher, more in a spiritual, helping each other, studying more, living
Make a
a more
difference.
make a difference in each
Yes.
other's life, make a difference in the world.
Yes.
Whatever we can do is more important than just live to drink, another cup of whiskey, or just live to another car. We can work hard and we will buy that another car.
Yes, I always, for my part, for finish, for the end, I remember the history that you told me about the big Arab, and he was work for the king, and the king, and he worked for the king, and somebody was looking him and talked to the king. Hey king, that Jewish guy, he stole money from you, something like that, and the king called him, say, hey, you are stole money from me. How much money you have? And the rabbi said, I have $10,000. And the king talked to the other guy. The other guy look what the real the rabbi had, and he saw like one house in the car. And he asked the rabbi, hey rabbi, now I will take your car and I take your house. It's mine. Now you don't have because you liar. He
lied.
He lied for me. You said you just has $10,000, but you had a car and you had a house. And the rabbi, big tzaddik, I never forgot this. Talk to him. Hey, you see, that's not the house, the car you took, but $10,000 I charge for.
I gave it to charity.
I gave to charge like on yeshiva. And
I help people with the $10,000.
That's $10,000. I know it's mine because I could help. So the
You
house.
can't take that.
Yes, you can take, but the house it's yours, so it's not mine. The car it's not mine. Look what you did. It's like on our life. Always I try to remember this because I can get my paycheck on the week and pay my bills. I have no money. I can't say, hey, I got $2,000 this week. I didn't, because I paid a lot of things. I did it 2,000, but if I got 100 and I gave to charge, I had $100 this week, because that money was the money that nobody will take from you, and you know where it is. It's yours. It's yours. It's your money. Real yours. The car is not yours. The house is not yours. Nothing.
It can
is yours.
disappear one day.
Disappear one day. But I never forgot that sister is so important for me. Teach me a lot. All the time. All the
That's a-
time.
that's
All
a
the
great
time. All
story.
the time.
That's a great
yes. All the time. All the time.
Great story.
That shows where we really important. It's like the mentality, the slave mentality. We are here, we are working. Oh, we want to buy a house, and we be 30 years paying house, work for pay one house. Hey, bro, it's real true. That's what you want. That's what you make your happy. Is that thing?
Great.
Good.
Great.
So,
Okay. Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos, guys.
Good
Until
Shabbos.
next
Enjoy.
week,
Next
Bezrat
week
Hashem.
we'll try to make another video.
Right, share new experience. Let it go. Let us see what Hashem will bring to us for this week, and we can.
It should be a good week for all of everybody. And, we should spread the light. Spread light.
Yeah,
Try to help.
your friends, family.
Try to help
See
as
how-
many people you can.
See
and
how good energy.
give good energy.
I was just for real finish. I was looking to listen the podcast today, like a regular guy, but he is so powerful, and he say, you know, one important thing that God gave to us was the liberty, be free, for go away. And the other guy was talking to him, he said, how this work? He said, I'm talking to you here
If I feel bad energy from you, you know what I do? I go away and let you here alone because I don't want to share your bad energy to me. And the other guy, he starts like, yes. So I'm coming here with good energy. Why I will receive your bad energy? If I'm on a party and it has a bad energy, some guys talking bad things, I will not be there. That has a bad energy. I need to go away and nobody, nothing hold me here.
Nobody can stop you there and hold you there.
Yes, I
Can
can
go.
go away.
Yeah.
So that's the choice that we do. You wanna listen?
We have a choice to be free.
You wanna listen Avodah Zarah? You wanna listen Lashon Hara? You wanna listen bad things? Or
You can be free. We are liberty.
Go away, go away.
Go away. Get out of Egypt.
All right,
Great,
good
great.
job,
Good
guys.
job, guys.